Hi everyone and welcome back to the rmlabgh channel. Yesterday, I picked up this package donated by one of my subscribers. I want to say a huge thank you to him. Today, we're going to find out together what's hidden inside as we start a brand new series, the rmlabgh. Let's open the box. I'm very curious about what's inside because, just like you, I have no idea what to expect. Wait, there's a letter. Let's read it together. This package was sent by Stephen. To respect his privacy, we will just call him Stephen. Let's see what he wrote. I've gathered these materials and thought that if I send them to you, you would surely find a way to use them either to repair them or give new life to these objects that were destined for the landfill. I hope this material is useful to you, and I look forward to seeing what you can create from this scrap. Thank you for your content, it keeps me company and has sparked my interest in electronics. Even though I don't know much about it yet, I'm sure I'll learn a lot by following you. Best regards and keep it up. I want to thank Stephen for this material, for his letter, and for supporting the channel. Let's start looking at the contents. Here we have a sort of microphone, though some parts are missing. I think it's one of those interactive mics. It's an Akai Model Mic 2. Interesting. I already have an idea for this, assuming it works. We'll see. Let's move on. Next, we have a DVD writer, Model TSL633 for laptops. I hope it's working because it would be very useful to me. We'll test it later. If it doesn't work, we'll see if it's possible to repair it or salvage some parts from inside. Here is a 3.5-inch Samsung hard drive, SATA connection, 320 GB. It's an older drive with limited space, but if it works, it could be useful for testing PCs or as a test drive. We'll check this one too. Then we have another hard drive. This one is a 2.5-inch laptop drive. It's also SATA, Western Digital brand, Model 10 GPVT, 1 TB. This one is very interesting if it's functional. Now let's look at this recessed LED spotlight. This is great for salvaging the internal LED. We have another one here, a bit larger, also recessed and adjustable. What I'm interested in is salvaging the internal LEDs. If they work, we will test them later at the bench. We have a mouse here. It seems to be in good condition, but unfortunately the USB dongle for the PC connection is missing. It's not inside the mouse either. From this, we can only salvage some mechanical parts or micro switches. Next is a remote control. I think it's for an air conditioner. We probably won't use it much for now. It is functional and even has batteries inside. We'll see if it comes in handy later for some project or modification. Here is a Samsung branded smartphone charger with 2 USB ports. I doubt it's original or even working. These chargers are very delicate and burn out easily, but we'll test it anyway. Then we have a series of charging cables. These are special magnetic cables where one part stays in the phone and the cable connects magnetically. There are quite a few of them. We'll see if they work. If not, they are great for salvaging internal wires for future projects and repairs. Another smartphone charger, also with dual USB ports, but the ground contact is broken. We'll test this one too to check if it's safe and functional. Now, here is a very interesting item. It looks to be in excellent condition, almost new. It's an HDMI multi-port switcher. It has an infrared sensor, likely for the remote control. There are 6 HDMI ports in total. It comes with its USB power cable and its original remote. That's a great sign. If it works, I know exactly how to use it here in the lab. We have a universal adjustable laptop power supply from Mediacom, but it's in terrible shape. The output cable is cut, and on the AC input, someone soldered wires directly instead of using the original connector. Given its condition, I highly doubt it works, but we'll test it later anyway, and see if it blows up. Here is another laptop power adapter, also with a cut output cable. However, the AC input is original, though it's missing the power cord. This one is specific for HP at 19 volts. I have a spare power cord, so we'll see if it works or if this one makes a bang too. Next is an electronic board that I honestly cannot identify. The condition is excellent there. It has a 3-digit green LED display and several S&D LEDs. It's a very strange board. It looks like it might come from a household appliance. It's definitely an interesting piece to investigate. We also have a 4-port USB hub without its casing. I can see that wires have been soldered backwards on the bottom. It has definitely been tampered with. I'll have to check it thoroughly before plugging it into my PC to avoid any damage. I have the casing for it, and there is another identical unit with a cut USB cable. They look brand new, so I don't understand why they were ruined like this. Someone was clearly trying some experiments. We have a micro switch here. It looks like it might belong to that electronic board we saw earlier. The connectors look identical, and it's in the same excellent condition. Yes, actually the connector is a perfect match and snaps right in. I'm getting more and more curious about this board. We also have a soldering iron, medium power. It seems to be in good shape. Later we'll test it to see if it works or if it's trash. Usually, these types of irons aren't worth repairing if they're broken, but let's hope for the best. There is a probe. It looks like a temperature probe or a thermocouple. This also looks brand new, and the plug looks similar to the ones on that mystery board. Let's see. Yes, it's a match. It fits perfectly. Now I'm really intrigued. I'm going to do a quick search now to find out exactly what this kit is for. There is still a black plastic bag with more stuff inside. There is truly a lot of material in this box, and so far it's all been quite interesting. But let's stop for a moment and get organized, because I caught a glimpse of another bag inside that one, and I think I saw some very exciting things. Here is the plan. We'll take one piece at a time, move over to the workbench, and start quickly testing the items we've seen so far. This will also help me clear the bench and get ready for the rest of the gear that's still in the box. Let's start testing the 2 LED spotlights. I opened the driver and immediately saw that the electrolytic capacitor is swollen, so I'll skip the original driver and test the LED with the external power supply. It's a powerful LED, let's hope it works. open the other one too so we can test them both. I've set the power supply to 15 volts. The first one, the larger one, works. Now let's try the other, and that works too. I'm happy because the larger one will be useful for my next project. Let's look at the microphone. As I said before, some parts are missing, but the rest seems to be in good condition. Now I'll try to power it by USB and see if the charging LED at least turns on. The LED is on. We'll set this aside. Maybe I'll do an episode dedicated to the repair and recovery of these materials. Now let's move on to that famous board we saw earlier. I did a quick search and found out it's the control board for an air fryer, which is actually a small convection oven. I'll put this board away for now, but I'll definitely come up with something to reuse it. Moving on to the USB hubs. Now at the bench I can see better and I confirm that the wires were reversed. This is a real danger. If you connect it like this to a PC, you risk burning out the computer's USB port. I'll put these away as well, and I think I'll make a video dedicated to repairing these objects. Now I'm testing the soldering iron to see what happens. The red light comes on. We'll leave it on for a bit, but no, it doesn't get hot, so it's trash. The internal heating element is blown. I'll open it later just out of curiosity to see what happened. Now let's move on to the hard drives and the DVD player. I don't have the connection cable for the DVD right now, so we'll check it later. Let's move to the 2.5-inch hard drive. I'll connect it with its interface, but no, it's not working. The PC doesn't see it. The internal disk is spinning, so it's 99% an electronic failure. There isn't much hope in this case. I'll also try the 3.5-inch one, but the interface I used for the other won't work because this one requires a better power supply. So, I'll switch to the professional interface that reads all discs and players from ID to solder. I'm connecting it now, but this one doesn't work either. The disc spins, but the PC doesn't detect it, and it's even causing interference on the monitor. The electronics are definitely fried. In fact, the controller chip has become boiling hot, so this is also trash. It's old and has little space, but we'll look at it again in a future video for some tests. As for the DVD player, I'll have to test it on a laptop since I don't have the adapter. Let's take a quick look at the multi-HDMI. This will definitely be for a dedicated video because we can set up some great configurations. Now let's check the two phone chargers. The first one, branded Samsung, has a working first USB port, but the second one is dead. We might open it one day to see what happened. I'm trying the other one too. No ports are working, so it's trash. But out of curiosity, we'll open it up one day for a diagnosis. Now I'm testing the magnetic charging cables. As I expected, they don't work. I'll use them to recover the internal wires, which are great for repairs and projects because they contain high quality wiring. There's not much to say about the mouse. I'm putting it with the salvage material. We can still recover some interesting internal parts. Now let's test the laptop power adapters and see if they blow up or start any fireworks. I'm joking, of course, but please do not try this at home. I'm an expert and I know what I'm doing, but you should never mess around with 230 volt mains power. Let's see what happens. The first one, the HP adapter, works perfectly. It's providing the correct voltage, so this one is a keeper. Now let's test the one in the worst condition. I'm using a power cord with a plug, soldering the wires to the existing leads, and then insulating everything with electrical tape to avoid short circuits. As I suspected, it doesn't work at all. Given its condition, who knows what this power supply has been through. However, we'll take a closer look in a future video to see if a repair is even possible. As for the air conditioner remote, that's also going straight into the salvage bin for future projects. Now let's finish checking the box. We have 2 black plastic bags left. Let's see what's hidden inside. I'll pour everything onto the bench and see what we have. In the first bag, there's a bit of everything: coils, alligator clips, switches, buttons, and various electronic components. I want to check if these coils are copper. They feel too light, so I suspect they are enameled aluminum. After scratching the coating with a cutter, I confirmed that it's aluminum. Still, it's useful material. There are also some transformer coils, and those are definitely copper. Emptying the second bag now, and wow, it's incredible. There are electronic components, a large electrolytic capacitor, caps of all sizes, power resistors, diodes, IC transistors, and voltage regulators. There are even relays, a 16:2 LCD display for Arduino, battery holders, connectors, and heatsinks. It's a mountain of parts. Some are new, many are salvaged. This material is pure gold to me, perfect for repairs and new projects. Time to get organized. I'll sort everything into separate bins and catalog them later. You'll see this in a time lapse while I clear the bench for the final wrap up. We've reached the end and the bench is finally tidy. This package contains so much interesting gear and almost all of it is salvageable. I'm amazed by the quantity, and a huge thanks to Stephen for this gift. You'll definitely see your materials in my upcoming projects. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment, a like and subscribe to the channel. If anyone else would like to send me parts, contact me privately and I'll make a video about your packages too. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.